Hi everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to the first edition of the Business Live Chats. Today we are coming to you live from the Kisumu's Golf Club here in Kisumu, and we know everyone is back to business, and for us every Friday is a business Friday. Today we're going to hang out with one of most popularly referred to as Eddy Phiaton. We'll find out in a bit what Phiaton actually means, right? My name is Carol Odera and you're watching the Business Live Chats.
Yeah, welcome everyone. My name is Philip Odino. We're excited about 2019 post handshake. We're hoping that this year will be an year of success and businesses will thrive. And if you're a business person, thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you'll benefit from this show. So as Carol said, I'm here with Philip Eddy Anayo, aka Eddy Phiaton, CEO Homeland Events. He's going to share with us his take and his view about business in the region and how he's preparing for that. Yeah, so welcome, karibu sana.
And thanks for making time for us.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to all of you.
Are you excited for the new year, 2019?
Of course, everybody's normally excited for the new year.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody always has a dream, maybe a resolution, something to look up to.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are upbeat about 2019. Yeah.
So first tell us, what does Phiaton mean?
Oh, Phiaton.
Yeah, how did that name come about?
Yeah. This started in 2017, 2007, huh? That's when I wanted to register a name after taking the first name that I wanted to be registered as the name of my company. It was bounced back. I tried 10 names, then I was told now to make a name.
Okay.
That's where Phiaton existed, from my name Philip and my dad's name Aton.
Oh, okay.
So Phiaton comes from Philip and Aton, so it's Phiaton.
Great.
Yeah, and I think ever since I started Phiaton, there are so many other Phiatons. I don't know what the meaning are, but mine comes from my name and my dad's name.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So 2018 was a great year for you. You won the Entrepreneurship
Entrepreneur of the Year Award.
Yes.
How was that for you, and how are you feeling?
I'm glad for the first time I was recognized at home. I have actually been, for everyone who tries to work hard and probably always want recognition,
Yeah.
So I appreciated the first. I want to thank all my fans who came out to vote for me. I think it was a tough fight,
Yeah.
encompassed with people who have always been in the industry for far too long, people like Ken Angwen, Kombudo and Athouse, who has been in the event industry for so long. I just wondered why I was categorized under events and not under Phiaton that has been in existence for the last 11 years.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I appreciate it is something that came in handy. I am sure my fans said I deserve it, and from then I think I've been getting several calls of people who want me to mentor them.
Oh, nice.
So it's something that I really value, I appreciate, and I think the coming one I will also support so that more people can be recognized in the arts and the entrepreneurship industry. Yeah.
Well, that was the first one, and we hope that as years go by, we'll
every
keep on
year.
improving and actually going into different other counties as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, entrepreneurs, for us, entrepreneurs are people who create solutions to problems.
Yeah.
So we just curious to find out, what problem did you identify that made you do what you do, that made Homeland's events and Phiaton Travels come into existence?
Entrepreneurs, to me, I would say, are risk takers. People who probably decide to risk where in an area where people have not done it, because by doing all photocopying what somebody has done yet doesn't give you much avenue for making money, because it's normally said the higher the risk, the higher the returns. I think I saw an avenue first in tours and travel when I came in, that probably after college. Most of the guys were just doing taxis. Then I thought of a way of giving people cars and having them have a self-drive, at the same time charging it a bit more, which worked well for me in 2007 and 2008. Actually, then 2008, I got my first recognition in 2008
Oh, really?
when I was chosen the chairman of Young Entrepreneurs in Kisumu.
Oh, okay.
And through that, I got an opportunity to go and study in the States.
Oh.
To cut the long story short, I went to the States for 10 days and I came back.
10 days.
Because then I had
Not
2
10
cars. No, 10 days.
I hope it was a nice short stay.
No, of course, it wasn't easy, because I remember we were supposed to be staying there for 6 months.
Yeah.
But the thought that I will come back to Kenya and probably find my 2 cars, not working, probably stolen, or somebody misused them, made me not have a peace of mind in the States. And I also remember having my friends who've studied in the States, but they don't have nothing much to do here. So I had seen a dream here in Kenya, and this theory that there's money in the States is not really there. If you cannot make it here, probably you cannot make it there.
Yes.
The only difference is there's opportunity there.
Right?
So actually, I saw a niche in the market. Because on several instances at my age, I will still go to clubbing. I'll see everything coming from Nairobi. Maybe it's Homeboys, maybe it's Mosound, maybe it's another company. Then I thought, why don't I invest here in Kisumu so that the people around will hire the same things from me? So I realized there was an opportunity. I decided to take a risk. It was not a small risk as people think, because investing in events is too massive. Actually, the truth of the matter is, I actually had to sell my own house to invest in this. And that means I have a supportive wife. For you to get a wife who is allowing you to sell the only asset you have for the sake of investing isn't something easy. So I risked my house to start events, and truth be told, I have never regretted.
Great.
Given another house, I will still sell it tomorrow to invest more.
Oh, that's really nice.
Building a business requires you to build teams and have the right staff members to work with. Okay. I've had a lot of entrepreneurs say that the human capital in Western Kenya, or in Nyanza in particular, is not well structured enough. There are no people to employ for jobs. People don't retain jobs. People don't work. How is your experience with hiring people around, getting the right people to do the right job, and how is it for you as a business?
No, number one, I wouldn't say that there's no enough human resource. However, we have a challenge whereby any person who feels is now skilled enough will rather go to Nairobi to look for more jobs. That's the challenge we're having here. So we don't have the technocrats here. We don't have the skilled labor here. Like even for me, sometimes I have to get all the skilled labor from Nairobi, and not that I'm getting it from a white or from a Kisi or from a Kikuyu. It's our own Luoza who went to school in Nyanza, probably in Kisumu, and even went to college around. But there's that belief that you'll be paid more in Nairobi. However, that may be true. But you see, if you look at the life, the expense that you have to incur in Nairobi to retain there, you're better off coming to stay here, doing the jobs here, and especially now that we have opportunity for such people to come and work here. So I think it's a notion that is currently changing. People are coming back to work in the local area. And I think also with the dispensation of the new county government, I think currently we have all kind of labor, skilled labor, people with all different kind of knowledge and expertise to work around.
Great.
So you also a former politician. Right. So you have a very successful story of transitioning from politics to business. How does that work for someone who is also in politics?
Actually, I'm not a former politician.
You're still a politician?
I'm still a politician.
Oh, nice.
Just that I'm a former MCA.
Okay.
I think I went for, I would say, the right job at the wrong time, or rather the wrong job for the right person. Because ideally, I'm a manager of resources, whereby you give me the financial resource and the human resource, I put them together and then make profits. Now, an MCA doesn't control any funds. They make laws. They legislate. I think that's one of the greatest blunders I did, because I'm not a legislator. I am somebody whom you give finances and resources and I turn it out to profit. So I think when the right time comes, then I'll go for something that will actually utilize the brain and the kind of mind I have. And maybe in the future, not now. And of course, I was in business before I went to politics. So I can easily compare what I used to do in business and what I will do in politics. Actually, the main reason why I went to politics was not for the love of money, neither was it for power. The main reason why I went to politics, I thought that before politics, I'd created an employment base of 60 people. So my reasoning was, if I will manage to do this with my own, my own power, how much more will I have done with the, the county resources, the power, and the responsibility that comes with it. Little did I know that most of the people go there for different things, not really for what we had. And for sure, if you're in Kisumu, you saw there's so many wars that I fought. Not because I was the best, really, but I think I was just trying to do what I'm entitled to do as a politician, not amassing wealth, from people who will otherwise be using it for other things.
And you've done well, because many people, young people, look up to you as a mentor, and every time that name pops up, is everyone wants to talk to you. But even finding him here, for the show, it's been a long hassle,
Yes.
and we're glad that we finally managed to talk to him.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest from people from the diaspora, mostly Luos who live abroad, looking to invest back home. What can you tell them? Is the region investor ready? Are the startups or businesses around here able to attract investment capital? And how big are those tickets? Is it 5 million upwards? Is it downwards? What do you think?
I'll advise actually people in diaspora. I will say I'm also a diaspora and having gone there for 10 days and came back. And more specifically to come and invest home. That's the more reason why I came here. And I will advise any other person to come and invest home. We have a virgin land and not so many people have invested in this area. Yet there's still much opportunity and much places that people can invest in. So for anyone who wants to invest, the key number one thing is, personally, what I always advise people is to do the research. You come, do the research and find out, know your competitors. And of course, it's never about money sometimes. I always advise people, come and do research on what you love. Because besides money, you have to get something you love to do. That's what, for me, has worked. Before I embark on something, I have to get a passion for it. Then I do it with love. Then definitely the reciprocation will be felt on your pocket, or probably on your face, or how you live. Because at the end of the day, the more reason why everybody works, the more reason why those people went to diaspora is basically to get knowledge. But after knowledge, the fundamental issue why everybody get knowledge and skill is at the end of the day to have money. But most unfortunate, people get the knowledge, people get the skill. But again, another fundamental issue, how do you use the money that you get? Now, that's what makes the difference. That's why you'll find one lawyer A and one lawyer B, they probably earn the same amount of money, and one will use it for alcohol and one will use it for another thing. So people never plan on how to use the money that they have worked for, or probably gone to school to get. They are never prepared at the end of the day to spend this money well. So for people who want to invest, there's a lot of opportunity. But you have to be patient, you have to take your time. Nothing comes easily. I have been in this business for the last 11 years. And probably I will stay, I'm still not rich. I'll want to go further. Because you realize in Kenya, even getting loans is an issue. For the banks to trust you, you have to get an asset to give them as an security. So where does an 18-year-old person get an asset, to put as a security? So these are some of the challenges. We have youths who have brains, we have youths who have ideas and skills. But however, there are no people who can invest on their ideas. Nobody wants to risk on the ideas of the young people. That is the greatest challenge we have. And it's always been my dream that at the end of the day, I start my own kind of Shark Tank or the Lion Den, which of course I don't take people's ideas and invest in, but invest on the people. One thing I have learned after Phiaton is normally investing with other people. Because as a person, you may not be good in all areas. You might have the skills, probably have the money, but you cannot have the skill, have the money, have the time, have the connection, and have everything.
That's true.
So currently, on all the investment that I'm doing, I'm trying to bring youth so that I can work with them closely.
Oh, nice. Okay, so also with regards to politics and business, so you're still a politician.
Of course,
and
I'm
most
still a
people, shy off from investing in this region because after every 5 years we have to battle with the elections, and business goes down, and we have people want to invest. What do you tell people in terms of politics? What do you think of the political climate?
It's a tough question. It's really, really a tough question. I'm sorry to say, but we've still not reached that dependency whereby I can advise anyone to invest anywhere. I'll surely be lying. Everybody to decide where you invest in, but for me, I will rather invest home here or invest in Nairobi because it's a cosmopolitan area. I will not advise anyone to go and invest in Rift Valley, probably in unmovable things, but not on assets. We have seen things that have happened here, and there's no guarantee that it will ever stop. Unless we change our attitude and the political ideology that we have right now, let people invest wisely. That is all I will take.
And take
but
risk,
however, of course, you can take risk, and insurance are also there to cover the risk. So what the hell? Invest anywhere, take insurance, and move on.
So in other words, you're still saying that the region is ready for investment. So don't
no. Kisumu is ready for investment. Because on the worst case scenario, probably the only thing a Kisumu youth will do is to stone your building. Nobody will burn it. Nobody will kill an individual. We have a clean record of not killing anyone. So for anybody who wants to invest in Kisumu, come on, come here, there's enough
Oh, we
space,
just
there's
throw
enough room.
stones and
We'll
that's
only
it.
throw stones towards the building, not towards any person. Of course, when we are hungry, sometimes you have to vent. Huh?
Yeah.
But we also advise our youth, let's not spoil the things that create employment for us.
Exactly. Yes.
Because however much the investment in this town may not be from all of us, but they employ our own locals. So behind our mind, let's find a way on how not to spoil some of these things.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So we, as Winam Capital, we are currently setting up a venture fund to invest in these SMEs, and you've expressed interest to do so. Which kind of businesses are you looking for that can qualify for this kind of investment that you've set out?
There's so many businesses, just that some of them I want to invest in.
Not maybe not like exact
In
businesses.
sectors that would
Industry.
grow the
Which
region.
industries
course.
are you keen on?
No, of course there's farming, number one.
Okay.
Entertainment is too wide and big. I will tell you
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
without fear of contradiction, that we still get a lot from Nairobi.
Okay.
Because we cannot have everything that we need here.
Okay.
Transport industry is still a challenge for us. Trust you me, go to the stage there. You'll find 90% of the vehicles are there are not from people from this area. So there's a lot that we can do. And normally you see there's normally a crisis. Whenever there's anything that happens small and people start running, everybody withdraws these cars.
Yeah.
And that's the time we realize not all these are ours. So there's still room in the transport industry. There's still room in the event industry and entertainment. You know, sports and culture. A lot can be invested in.
Okay.
Much
Nice.
that given time I will talk about it the whole day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tell us about Homeland Events and how it has grown.
Oh.
You said 11 years now. Are we still in Kisumu, or where else have we expanded to?
Of
And what kind
course.
of things are we doing?
Phiaton, when I started, let me take you back a bit.
Yeah.
I opened a branch in Nairobi. I did a branch in Eldoret. I did a branch in Kakamega.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I closed all the branches except Kisumu after 3 years.
Why so?
I think I moved on too fast.
Okay.
I wasn't ready for that. Then I was also young. And I think money also scared me a bit, you know?
Well, is
yeah,
that
then
before,
of course.
like how many years ago was that?
Of course, it's been a while. It's been 10 years
Yes.
when I
Okay.
started it. Yeah.
Okay. No, when you closed off the branches, the other branches.
You remember, I had like about 3 branches at 24 years old.
Oh, okay. I
Very
didn't know.
few people risk
I
losing
didn't know
things.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think at the moment it's been a while for Homeland. One thing I made sure I did, I have actually gone into partnership with somebody else. So we are kind of big now. We have an office in Nairobi.
Okay.
That's in Karen Fana Road. In actually 1 acre of land. It's one of our biggest revenue, place.
Yeah.
And of course now we are doing Mombasa on
Okay.
1st of February. I'm doing the Mombasa branch.
Okay.
Yeah, because I realized in Mombasa there's not even a single person who has LED screens.
Oh.
And this I realized when I had a conference in Malindi.
Okay.
And last minute a client wanted an addition of some screens and I had to get them all the way from Nairobi. So I think there's opportunity in so many places.
Yeah.
So Homeland is going to Mombasa. Right this February, this year. That's what I'm
Launching.
saying. I am upbeat about a lot of things.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I hear people saying there are no jobs, there are no places to work, then I'm left.
So which kind of
baffled.
people are you looking for that kind of expansion?
Yeah, because
What kind of
even
jobs
the
are you looking
entertainment industry is wide.
Yeah.
There is, the planning, the events part of it, and there's the disc joking,
technical
there's the
guys.
entertainment part of it,
So which
and
positions
emceeing. So
do you
which
have?
ones?
Yeah.
are you looking
Actually, I'm more keen on the technical bit.
Okay.
That's the sound engineer.
Yeah.
And I mean sound engineer. I
Yeah.
don't mean a DJ who will connect two speakers. I need a
Sound
sound engineer.
engineer, yeah.
And these are expensive people.
Yeah.
Like currently the 2 sound engineers I have, I'm paying them, one I'm paying 70, one I'm paying 80.
Oh, wow.
Which is actually still below market rates. But they're my friends who wants to build me. I'm actually looking for a screen tech. Yeah. Whom you cannot get in Kisumu. You have to get one from Nairobi because they're all in Nairobi because that's the
Oh,
only
wow.
place where such things are. I have mentored 2 who are currently working with my screen, people who came from scratch and currently doing so well. I also need a light technician. There's nothing difficult as managing lights. When you see those lights popping up and screening, there's nothing as difficult. Not even the sound engineer, not even the electrician. Yeah, so I need 4 key people. Of course, it's normally easy to get them from other industry, get
Yeah.
people with experience if you want to work well, just that they come at an extra cost. So the kind of technical stuff that I need from Mombasa, I think I have them ready.
Okay.
Just that I need to cough a bit more from my pocket to make things work.
Okay.
But why not?
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we have a lot of young people who watch our shows.
Yeah.
And they're really keen on
Always
finding
looking for
opportunities.
employment.
And of course, those young ones, I've always advised them to come to Homeland and, come in as casuals. Wherever you are, give it your best shot.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who is watching you.
Yeah.
Normally, I tell my staff that whenever you're working for me, you're not working for me. You're your own boss. Because it's at that moment that somebody will identify you. And
You never
God
know.
cannot give a flock to somebody who cannot manage.
Yeah.
And you can only show you can manage a flock with the little that I've given you to manage.
True.
So manage it well, then you get an opportunity to do your own things.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are excited about your success. Yeah, and
Thank you.
But we normally talk a lot about success.
Yeah.
But the failure is what we don't share about. So, what is your worst failure? If you're comfortable sharing.
Yeah.
What have you failed in and you almost gave up?
It's not failure. It's not failure. These are the lessons we learn.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, the challenges, I'll call them challenges. The challenges I've had have made me stronger. Have made me go back to class. I'm actually even studying right now. For some people who are seeing me, they think I have made it so much. I actually graduated last year with my second degree. I'm actually now in Strathmore still studying because there's never an end of getting new things.
Are you studying business or what are you studying?
Of course, I'm doing business
Okay.
and studying money. I don't study anything which is not related
politics,
to
but
money.
you're still a politician.
Of course, my last course will either be law or political science. Because at the end of the day, however much you have, there are people who must control it are called politicians.
Okay.
So why not have it and probably get a chance to control it? That is my dream in the future. But currently is to get the knowledge on how to manage the assets and the finances around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much then.
And
for
so,
your time.
what do you tell the young people watching as a parting shot? But before that, would you mind telling us what you like doing besides Homeland event? Whenever you're traveling, doing Homeland things and Phiaton travel, what do you do? Because we're just interviewing you at the golf course, so we're wondering if you play golf, things like that.
Of course, I'm a golfer. I've been playing golf for the last 3 years. I love sleeping. So much because I think too much every time. I'm always on phone. So my number one thing is sleeping. And of course making friends. I'm a friendly guy. I normally take tea. I'm a teetotaler every day. Yeah, I only wish alcohol was sweet as Fanta. I would have been taking it. Unfortunately it's so bitter, and every time I have to take it I have to close my eyes. So it's not something for me. But even for people who take it, let them take it moderately. You know, it's there to stay.
With
Nobody has ever gotten any medal for drinking alcohol because it's actually a great, you know, one of the biggest expense amongst the youth. People save money to go and drink. People save money to go and impress women, which is never the case. I advise these youths, take your time.
Make
These
money
women
fast.
are there. They will come for you. Make money fast. Let them not confuse you. Let them not crowd you to an extent that you cannot concentrate on what is needed right now. Because without money, these women, no good woman will want to walk around you. But however much, even if you have money, you have to take care. Because again, the world has a monster. For people like us who have kids and families, it's always our dream to see them grow. And that can only happen when you take good care of yourself.
And how do you balance work and family? How is it for you? Because entrepreneurs always miss out on one. Either the family succeeds and the business fails, or business succeeds and the family
I think for me, one thing I've managed to do is to bring my wife close to me in terms of business. Because there's one thing to be an entrepreneur, there's one thing to be good, but there's another thing that tomorrow you're not there, and who takes care of your family. So I've decided to mentor my wife, you know, to step into my shoes. It's not an easy task working with your wife every day, because basically you have to spend the whole day with her and the whole day with her in the bed at night, you know. So it becomes sometimes boring. But for the sake and the generation, sometimes you needed to mentor the people around us. That's why the Indian community beats us. Because any slightest opportunity they get, even with their kids, they will always mentor them, take them to the shop. So they grow knowing exactly what they need to do. So the knowledge and the skills they're getting is geared towards what their father are doing. But as in our culture, in our community, we have not inculcated that culture in our kids and the people coming after us. We find several instances, people dying, and not even their wife knows what they own. I will tell you without fear and contradiction that my wife knows everything that I own. She can equally sign and stand for me in the company when I'm not there, because I trust her that much. So I want to encourage other people, other men, that be close to your wives, make them know what you do, probably teach them. Because tomorrow when you're not there, she is not there, she is there. But if she doesn't have the skills and the knowledge to run the company, then probably your kids will suffer. This idea of hiding to our spouses, whether they're 10 or 4, tell 3 or 6 and tell them, make them know that this is how things need to be done. In your absence, they run the company well. But for the youths, just like you said, life isn't easy. It takes too much time to be where some of us have. It's not sexually transmitted. So you have to be consistent, you have to be persistent, you have to be determined, you have to have a goal, and of course, work towards that goal. It's never easy. But for everything that you have to do, it has to be smart. That is one thing I even tell my kids. That means it has to be specific. Si ati unafukuza kuku pale, unafukuza mende hapa, unataka kucheza golf hapa. Focus. Have a specific thing that you want to do. And whatever you want to do, let be measurable. After 1 week, jua umefika wapi, kesho umefika wapi, kesho kuto umefika wapi. And it has to be realistic and attainable. Usiseme unataka kununua ndege na uwezi kununua ndege saizi. You know, most of these our youth, sometimes you meet them drinking alcohol, they tell you anataka kununua ndege. Anataka kununua ndege na hata kuku ana. Yeah? So we have to be smart in everything that we have to do. Let's take our time. Take your time, go out, research, you know. And of course, at the end of the day, ask the Almighty to bless you. Because with however much you earn, however much wealth you have, without God, it's good as useless. Yeah, that's my take to the youths.
Wow. And you can see I'm very happy because, you know, men should mentor their wives. You know, I feel like you're another feminist that I added onto my list today, so I'm happy, yes. And of course, behind every successful man, there's a woman.
But some women, not all women, some women also messes people up.
Okay.
You give them more power, you give them more money, they will screw you up.
Okay.
So decide and know at what limit to mentor your men. Me, I mentor mine fully, but decide and engage yours. They are not all the same.
Not all the
so
same.
don't say that I asked you to mentor all of them.
Okay.
Mentor them to a specific level. Anything that you can entertain. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Baba.
Thank you so much for your
time.
time.
A lot of knowledge that I didn't know that existed. At least I'm happy to hear from you.
Thank you.
Yes.
So that's the end of the show. We ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is at Winam Capital on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter as well at Winam Capital. Personally at Carol Odera and at Philip Odino. And let's keep talking business.
Yes.
Cheers.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.